Hello, everybody. It is Tom, and you know what? We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. There have been many requests, and I know I have waited a very long time, but we are finally getting back into SKAM and doing a reaction of episode 4 of season 3. So let's do it. Last time, many months ago, last year in fact, we looked at episode 3, where we saw Isak and Even making out with their girlfriends on the dance floor while staring at each other. Which is something that every guy does with his bros. I mean, that's just straight culture.
He's the straightest person I have ever seen.
Today, we're moving on to episode 4, which is when things get interesting. Not that they haven't been interesting before now, but, you know. So let's do it. I'm putting in my earbuds. Oh, yeah, okay. And the last thing we saw was Isak and Even alone together in the kitchen after the party. And Even was going in for a kiss, but they were interrupted by Nora, who you will know if you've watched seasons 1 and 2, particularly season 2, but if you haven't, then you don't know who she is, but that's fine. She's cool. She's very cool, but at this moment, of course, she stole a kiss from Even and Isak. But it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Han bare jobber, og det virker liksom plutselig som at...
Okay, so we have Nora explaining why she has left William, while Isak texts Even, saying, "Hey, thanks for yesterday. What's the plan today?"
Det sånn, han ser så opp til faren sin. Han bare sånn, han lyser.
Love how we're just... It's so clear how much the roommates prefer Nora over Isak. No offense, Isak, but like, they're braiding her hair, they're petting her shoulder.
Så når han endelig får den, så han blir bare sånn, han blir et barn, liksom.
Yeah, the psychology of William here, of never having gotten validation from his estranged dad before, and now suddenly they're together, and he's just really into that, which makes sense, but I can understand why Nora would feel abandoned in that situation.
Fordi jeg dro for å være sammen med han.
And a la Heartstopper, though obviously, of course this came first, but we have Isak obsessing over his text message, writing too much, deleting some of it, going back over it. So he's changed it. Thanks for yesterday. What's the plan today?
Det har vært så mye kaos, og en uke så måtte jeg tørke meg med bindet til Linn, liksom. Altså, det helt...
Meanwhile, is skilled talking about the horror that has gone down since Nora left. Nora, I assume, being the only responsible one in the whole flat, and thus the one who always made sure that they had enough toilet paper.
Og Isak, han er en veldig fin gutt, men han er liksom... Han er så lat, liksom.
He's lazy.
Husker. Jeg sitter her. Du må tåle å høre at jeg er glad for å se Nora igjen. Altså, jeg trenger ikke å bli sår og sjalu. Jeg er glad i deg også. Sjalu? Jeg er ikke sjalu.
Yeah, and here where Isak says, jealous, I'm not jealous. Of course, we could take this to mean more than talking about is skilled. He's definitely jealous of Sonia in that she gets to kiss Even and he doesn't, so... Jealousy on many levels.
Jeg har ikke blitt dumpa.
Nei, du ble ikke dumpa, men...
Det var jeg som reiste fra ham. Vi har tatt en pause.
Nothing bad ever happens when TV couples go on a break.
Jeg tror det ordner seg.
Isak finally gets a text. And it says, "Thanks for yesterday. Hope everything's okay with Nora. I forgot that I made plans with Sonia today. Sorry, see you at school." And here's Isak, definitely not being disappointed and jealous. Mandag, 10:42. So Isak back at his locker, Halloween party. Behind the lockers is not a trash can, my friend. Okay, the struggle with the locker continues. It's stuck, doesn't want to come out, haha. Isak's locker has been confirmed to be a metaphor for him being in the closet. So this scene in particular really drives it home where, like, he's struggling to open it. It just doesn't want to open. And, oh, here comes Evan. And the look on his face is, I would say, a combination of panic and elation.
Skal du på de Halloween-greiene, eller?
Nei. Eller kanskje. Jeg vet ikke. Skal du?
So start with no, which was his original plan. I mean, we saw him literally crumble it up and throw it behind the lockers. But then he starts to think, oh, maybe Evan is going and I could see him. So then we change to maybe, I don't know, are you?
Bli med.
Join me.
Ok.
Okay.
Ok?
Ja.
Greit.
You want to go to Harry's party with me? Yeah, and this moment I love where Evan just, with no trouble whatsoever, just smacks the locker and Fonzies it, and it immediately pops open. Yes, he is the key, Isak. Evan is the key to your locker closet problem. And then we have Jonas in the background, and perhaps we get the idea that, like, this might be Isak a little afraid of what his friends might think of his sexuality, and him being interested in Evan. Onsdag, 1331. So we have Isak in class with Sana again. Oh, and he's getting more religious texts from his mom. Cleanse me from my sin, for I know my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against you, you only I have sinned and done what is evil in your sight. Yeah, so as someone who is entertaining homosexual thoughts towards the handsome blonde classmate, I mean, it's Norway, there's lots of blonde classmates, but this whole thing of, like, cleanse me from my sin, I have sinned and done what is evil in your sight, like, oof.
Det et spørsmål.
Here comes my least favorite conversation, though Sana does at least make up for it later.
No offense, men hvordan du egentlig religiøs?
No offense.
Det jo 2016, og verden går fremover, og...
Oh, 2016, that was a wild time.
Det noe ved religionen min som plager deg?
But I think it does make sense that he would make this leap since, like, he's feeling guilty and all this internalized homophobia about how he's feeling towards Evan. His mom is texting him Bible passages about being sinful. So his immediate response is to try to be like, well, religion is stupid. Let me talk to this religious person and ask them why they believe in it. And maybe that will make me feel better or give me a reason not to believe these Bible passages that my mom keeps sending me.
Det noe som rett og noe som galt, og at det en Gud som liksom bestemmer det da, og sier at homofili ikke greit.
And, like, the only example that he gives of something that is not right about religion is a God who says homosexuality is wrong. So it's clearly, like, right at the forefront of his mind.
Eller spise pølser og sånne ting.
Or that you can't eat hot dogs or whatever. That's just an example. Just throwing out an example.
Hva det du tror på, Isak?
Jeg tror på rett og slett naturvitenskap, evolusjonsteori. Jeg tror ikke på en dritt utenom det.
And he does say that he believes in science, that, he's not religious, but it's clearly ingrained in his mind somewhere. Like, when you grow up with someone religious, though it's implied that his mom got way more religious later on when she suffered from her husband leaving and things like that. But, like, it's hard to just push away those ingrained religious concepts, even if your active logical mind is saying that you don't believe.
Evolusjonsmessig jo homoseksualitet en genetisk blindvei. Hva tenker egentlig du om det?
Jeg vet da faen, jeg går ikke rundt og tenker masse på homofili.
I don't know. I don't go around thinking about homosexuality all the time. Yep. Furthest thing from your mind.
Så siden du heller ikke har svaret på alt, kan vi bare være enige om at det finnes ekstremt mye mellom himmel og jord?
I mean, I think she does have a point that, like, there's no way that we can all understand everything. And a multitude of things are possible. So it's not great to completely cast out someone's views.
Whatever.
Hei! Jeg snakket med Sonja, og hun lurte på om vi kunne ha vors hos deg.
So the look, I paused it right when Isak is looking at Emma with like absolute panic and shock on his face. Like she's always just right in there at the worst possible moments. Although this time at least she's not interrupting him and Evan, but she is interrupting a conversation that relates.
Vorset før Halloween-festen. Med oss.
And here we have Isak sadly realizing that Evan did not plan for it to be just the two of them, but instead had planned to invite Sonia and Emma along. As we've said previously, based on Evan's past with Mikhail and everything that happened there, he's not inclined to take that leap of assuming that someone is into him until he's absolutely 100% sure. And having more opportunities to, you know, kind of see Isak with Emma and see how they interact would probably help him in figuring this out. Fredag 2121. We've got those repeating numbers again. Sonia and Emma having a great chat. Evan staring across the way at Isak. Isak not looking, like, the body language of this. Isak's just kind of checked out. Evan is, his whole body is pointing towards Isak. And, of course, the girls are just into their conversation together.
Er du ett år eldre enn Evan?
Nei, jeg er 97, ja.
The only time Isak interjects into the conversation is to ask a question relating to Evan.
Kan du please roe litt ned på den ølen, eller?
Kan du slutte å passe på meg? Jeg mener slutt å overvåke meg, liksom.
A very awkward, tense moment here, but we learn more about how over the years Sonia has been very much, you know, trying to protect Evan by monitoring him and like making sure that he's doing exactly what he should be doing, which I think she's going into it with pure intentions. Like she knows what's going on with him and wants to make sure that he's okay, but I can also understand why it would be a little bit suffocating for Evan.
Vi stikker.
Hvor?
Hvor som helst.
Se på.
Now, obviously this was a crappy thing to do, just abandoning their dates, but I can't really be mad at them for it because, like... The fact that he did not take off the wig and the beard to do this.
Jeg er ikke på badet. Er ikke du?
Bade?
Ja.
The editing on that music cutting out is just A++. Another recurring theme, which we talked about last time as well, but Evan announcing that they're going somewhere, Isak being confused, and then just following him without question.
Hvem er det som bor her? Tanta mi. Hun lar oss være her?
Selvfølgelig. Det er ikke noe stress.
I think Evan just really enjoys lying to Isak to see how much he'll believe.
Tror du at det var noe? Jeg er så redd.
Oh god. And that, did you think I died, man? Yeah, I was so scared. Foreshadowing.
Jeg er faen meg mesteren på holdbussen.
Every time Isak says he's good at something, he immediately proves that he is not good at it. Previously, we saw him say that he's very good at lying and then proceed to absolutely suck at lying. And here we have a demonstration of him being good at holding his breath. It's like 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, the music from Romeo and Juliet has started, because of course this scene is an homage to the pool scene in that movie as well. This must have been a pain to film, but it's great. Although, yeah, I mean, first, obviously, you're going to try to strangle the person that you like. But then, in we go. Isak, like, is this really happening? And smooch. And I love how Isak is just like, woo, after the kiss.
Ja, det er juks. Tror du alle regler her? Ja!
So both of them trying to pass it off as a joke at first. Again, one of the few times that we get to see Isak just grinning, like just genuinely happy, which we don't see that often when he's not around Evan. Let's do it again. Down they go, staring at each other. And this time, Isak is the one who moves in. This time it's more of a proper kiss. And we come up, making out finally! This is such a good moment. Honestly, one of the best moments in the entire series. Just legs dangling. And that's the end of episode 4. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so great episode, obviously. So we get to see finally the first kiss between Isak and Evan. The pool scene is just great, and seeing Isak just being so happy with Evan and how it completely transforms him, and the kissing, kind of the back and forth of, I think it really says a lot that, like, first of all, Evan has to get a little bit drunk before he feels like he can test the waters, a little more with Isak, and then he kisses Isak in a way that could easily be played off as a joke to protect himself, obviously, with what he's been through with Mikhail. And then when Isak goes in and kisses him back, then finally he's like, okay, now I got it. You are definitely actually into me. And then the making out begins. And just I love what they do with the soundtrack in this show. First of all, the music is always on point, but the way that they cut it for comedic effect, and this one of just like mirroring the pool scene from Romeo and Juliet, which is super romantic, and having the music swelling and they're making out and they're kissing, and then music cuts off and there's the little girl just going like, mama! It just, mwah, chef's kiss. Beautiful. Okay, well, hopefully there will not be many months between this and the next reaction. I will say that, like, my mind is not focused in a SKAM direction at the moment. I have a lot of other things that I'm working on, but I will really try. I will try to get out more reactions to SKAM in a timely manner in the future. So, yes, thank you for your patience. Okay, well, thank you, as always, to our amazing patrons. You guys are the backbone of the channel, and just amazing people. And of course, our usual shout out to our Nick Nelson members, Kelly Walker, Bookner Charlie, Paul Z, and Michelle. And I did also want to say, so we had 2 more donations to the Top Surgery fundraiser on the 27th. So thank you again to Andre for $50, and thank you to Anonymous for also $50. So thank you so much, guys. Like, we are getting so close to the goal, and I can't believe that you guys have helped me with this. So thank you so much. And yeah, okay, so that is all from me. I will see you guys next time. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night or morning or evening or dawn or dusk or midnight or mid-afternoon or whatever time it may happen to be. I will see you next time. Okay? Bye.